Hey guys, welcome to V Civil Engineers. In this video, I'm going to teach you how to calculate the quantity of brick, cement and sand in a 9-inch brick wall. So let's get started. Let's assume a wall of 10 foot long and 6 foot height and the thickness of wall as 9 inch. I'm considering brick size as 9 inch by 4.5 inch by 3 inch and the thickness of mortar as 0.39 inch. Add this thickness of mortar to brick size to get the exact quantity of the bricks. So brick size with mortar, which is equals to 9 plus 0.39, 9 inch plus 0.39 inch. Similarly 4.5 plus 0.39, 3 plus 0.39. So when you add this 0.39 to the brick size, then it will become 9.39 by 4.89 by 3.39 inch. So to calculate the number of bricks, you have to remember a simple formula, that is number of bricks equals to volume of brickwork divided by volume of one brick with mortar, which means if you multiply these three values, then you will get the volume of one brick with mortar. For ease of calculation, I am converting this inches value into foot. To do that, we have to divide inch value with 12 because 1 foot equals to 12 inches. Therefore, 9 divided by 12, which is equals to 0.75 foot. 4.5 divided by 12, which is equals to 0.37 foot. 3 divided by 12, which is equals to 0.25 foot. So if you multiply these three values, then you will get it as 0.070 cubic foot. So volume of one brick is 0.70 cubic foot. Similarly, volume of one brick with mortar equals to 9.39 divided by 12, which is equals to 0.783. 4.89 divided by 12, which is equals to 0.408. 3.39 divided by 12, which is equals to 0.283. So you have to multiply these three values to get the volume of one brick with mortar, which is equals to 0.090 cubic foot. Now we know the volume of one brick with mortar. Let us derive the volume of brickwork, which is nothing but the volume of the wall. So volume of brickwork or volume of the wall is equals to 10 foot, that is length, multiplied by 6 foot, that is height, multiplied by 0.73, which is thickness of the wall. So if you multiply these three values, then you will get it as 45 cubic foot. So volume of brickwork equals to 45 cubic foot. Now we know the volume of brickwork and we know the volume of one brick with mortar. So if you substitute this value and this value in this formula, you will get the number of bricks. Number of bricks equals to 45 cubic foot divided by 0.090 cubic foot, which is equals to 500 numbers. In a construction site, there will be some brick wastages. So it is generally 5 to 10%. In this case, I am considering 10% brick wastage. So number of bricks equals to 500, which is total number of bricks, plus 10% of the 500, which is equals to 550. So you need 550 number of bricks to construct a wall of 10 foot long and 6 foot height, having the thickness of 9 inch. Now let us find out the quantity of the cement. To do that, you have to remember a simple formula, that is quantity of mortar equals to quantity of brickwork minus volume of the bricks, which is nothing but we have to deduct the volume of the brick from the volume of the wall. We have already derived the volume of one brick, which is 0.070 cubic foot. So if you multiply 500 number of bricks with 0.70 cubic foot, then you will get the volume of the bricks, which is equals to 35 cubic foot. Now we know the quantity of brickwork and we know the volume of bricks. So let's substitute the values to get the quantity of mortar. quantity of mortar equals to 45 minus 35, which is equals to 10 cubic foot. Here this 10 cubic foot is the wet volume of the mortar. So to get the dry volume, you have to multiply wet volume with 1.33, which means dry volume of the mortar is 33% more than the wet volume. So dry volume of mortar equals to 10 multiplied by 1.33, which is equals to 13.3 cubic foot. Even in the mortar also some wastage will be there. So consider 5% wastage of mortar. Dry volume of the mortar equals to 13.3 plus 13.3 multiplied by 0.05, which is 5% of the 13.3. So if you add these two values, then you will get it as 13.965 cubic foot. Let's say 14 cubic foot. We can get the quantity of cement by this formula, which is dry volume of the mortar multiplied by cement ratio and divided by sum of the ratio. Therefore, quantity of cement equals to 14 multiplied by 1. Here 14 is the dry volume of the mortar and 1 is the cement ratio and 5 is the sand ratio. So if you calculate it, then you will get it as 2.333 cubic foot. Since we already know that density of cement is 1440 kg per meter cube, and 1 cubic meter equals to 35.3147 cubic feet. So to get the weight of the cement, we have to convert this cubic foot value into meter cube. Therefore, quantity of cement equals to 2.333 divided by 35.3147, which is equals to 0.066 cubic meter. Now if you multiply this value with density of cement, then you will get the weight of the cement. Therefore, weight of cement equals to 1440 multiplied by 0.066, which is equals to 95.04 kg. One bag of cement contains 50 kg of cement. Therefore, if you divide 95.04 value with 50, you will get the number of bags. Therefore, number of bags equals to 1.90. Let's say 2 number of bags. Now let us find out the quantity of cement. Since cement and sand are in the ratio of 1:5, if you multiply quantity of cement with 5, then you will get the quantity of sand. Therefore, quantity of sand equals to 2.333 multiplied by 5, which is equals to 11.665 cubic foot. Since 1 cubic meter equals to 35.3147 cubic foot, divide 11.665 with 35.3147 to get the quantity of sand in cubic meter. Therefore, quantity of sand equals to 0.330 cubic meter. In this case, I am considering density of sand as 1600 kg per cubic meter. So to get the weight of cement, multiply these two values, which is volume of the sand and density of sand. So 0.330 multiplied by 1600, which is equals to 520 kg. Otherwise, we can say 0.528 tons. So that's all for today, guys. Thank you for watching. If this video is helpful for you, then give a thumbs up, and if you are new to my channel, then subscribe to my channel.